So you've been listening for quite a while about Finnish education. Maybe some of you are interested and would like to see yourselves whether it's what we tell you and how does it function in practice, and see with your own eyes how it goes. And that is exactly why we started organizing study tours in Finland. So now I'm talking on behalf of Learning Scoop, which is a cooperative, and we are a core team and then a network of about 30 education experts. So every one of us is working in the field of education, either as teachers, principals, or teacher trainers. And we have like a very long history and experience in Finnish education. And Learning Scoop was established 10 years ago. We realized that there was a lot of interest towards Finnish education, but very little possibilities to come to Finland and see things yourself. So we established Learning Scoop. We are located in Tampere, Finland, in southern Finland. And we have so far had customers from at least 60 different countries. So we have been very, very fortunate to get people from all continents and meeting educators, passionate educators from different countries and different backgrounds and societies have been really a privilege. So Learning Scoop, we organize study tours, which means that we organize usually 5-day programs for educators to get to know Finnish education themselves. On top of that, we organize trainings both here in Finland, but we also go abroad to train teachers and principals there. We've been training teachers in all continents around the world, which is super interesting. We also provide many online courses and webinars, and we have several joint programs with universities, both here in Finland and also with international universities from other countries. We have written a book called Finnish Education in Practice, and I already told you about Lesson App, and Learning Scoop is part of that team who created Lesson App. So that's our background. We are all educators ourselves. So what we do, we organize professional programs, and we think that the people who come to Finland as our visitors, they are our colleagues from different countries. And we always think that if we were to go to some other country, what would we like to see? And then try to create a professionally interesting and relevant program for our visitors. We are very, very happy and also humble that our study tours were awarded as the best educational study tours for teachers in Finland. And that was a huge recognition by Visit Finland for us. So we get a lot of people coming here. What interests our visitors the most in Finnish education? Of course, many are intrigued by the excellent learning results which Finland has received, but also it's quite well known that Finland has a very stress-free approach to education. And the question is, how can you combine these two? How is it possible to get good learning results and not to push and stress students at the same time? Many of our visitors comment that they were surprised on our focus on life skills. They were assuming that we concentrate on academic skills. Of course, they are important as well, but we also emphasize the life skills a lot, as you have heard today. Many of our visitors also comment on the rather relaxed atmosphere in Finnish schools and classrooms, and also how independent and self-directed Finnish students are, and they are really interested how do you develop such skills during education. Also, diverse learning environments create a lot of interest. Finland uses a lot of education outside the classroom in many forms, and for example, we use a lot nature or forests, for example, as a learning environment. And we also try to provide such experiences to our visitors as well. And then the fact that Finnish education system is based on trust is one of the things that really sparks conversations with our visitors, and we discuss about that. So why study tours? Why to come to Finland and participate in a study tour? Usually our visitors are after new insights, new skills, and new knowledge, and also inspiration. They want to see something else and start thinking about their own work from a new perspective. Once again, I know you have heard this already, but the idea is not to copy-paste what we do here, but rather to get ideas and then think whether there is something that people want to apply when they go back home in their own work. Usually the learning experiences are very unique, and you get to see new teaching methods. You get familiar with curriculum development, classroom management strategies, and also see how educational technology is used in Finland. And all our study tours work in a way that every day there's a school visit. We want our visitors to see themselves what's happening in Finnish schools and experience it. But in the afternoons, they are complemented by lectures, or you could call them workshops, by Finnish experts when they explain why do we do certain things, and also answer all possible questions our visitors have. And on top of the professional program, we also want to provide cultural experiences. So when people come to Finland, they also get to know some Finnish culture and experience that themselves as well. So we have 3 main study tour options that are kind of going on every year, and we get visitors for them. First is basic education study tour. That is especially suitable for teachers and principals in K9 or K12 education. And the content of that study tour, there's first of all introduction to Finnish education system, curriculum and assessment are covered, also educational support and inclusive education, what collaboration means and what type of forms it takes in Finnish education, and then leadership and management in Finnish schools. And here are just some photos of our study tours, what kind of things people actually see, for example, when visiting Finnish schools. Of course, they get to see the school buildings, the premises, the classrooms, but also participate in lessons to see what's happening there. They get to talk with Finnish teachers as well as with students and principals. They get to see how we use educational technology. And here in the lower picture, there's a big photo of a group visiting a wood workshop, which is part of our curriculum. So they get to see what kind of practical subjects we have in our curriculum and how do we carry them out. They also get to at least once get to eat school lunch, which we provide every day for everybody, and everything that's happening during those days at school, basically, we are there to see. And the schools are not performing some shows for us. They have just a regular school day, and we are there to observe. Another very popular study tour option is early childhood education study tour. And this is especially good for early childhood education teachers and principals, and also pre-primary teachers. And that study tour includes, once again, introduction to the Finnish education system, then more explanation about early childhood education and care in Finland, which is very play-based, non-academic. We talk about child-centered pedagogy and learning through play, individual support, and then cooperation in early childhood education and care. And here are a couple of pictures of early childhood education study tour. We very often take our visitors to visit a forest daycare group because it really gives like a unique experience. This daycare group operates the whole day in a forest, in every weather and in every season. So they do all the activities there. They have their educational activities, they eat their lunch, they take their naps there. So and we get to go there and be there with children and see what happens and how they operate. Another very popular study tour is also principal study tour, where we concentrate especially on leadership and management. So this is meant for school principals, vice principals, headmasters, school managers, owners, and so forth, who are interested in how to lead and manage a school. This study tour covers introduction to the Finnish education system, pedagogical leadership and leading the development work in a school, good governance and administration in Finnish schools. So what does that mean? And then principal management tools, what we use here in Finland, what are they like and how they are used, cooperation and leading educational support. And then we also want to talk about what would be the school of the future like, and how can you lead your school towards that. Here are pictures of the cultural experiences that are part of every study tour. So there's a Finnish nature experience in a forest where people are preparing their own food, their own dinner over an open fire. They do a small hike and all kind of activities. It's very praised by our visitors, and they really appreciate it. And then there is sauna, of course, part of Finnish culture, sauna experience. And if you come here during the winter time, you also, if you feel like it, can go to the icy water and have a dip there, that type of things. And we have developed these based on the feedback we have gotten from our visitors, and they have really loved these. But that's not all. So if somebody has something else in mind, we are very often contacted by groups who have some special interest. For example, social emotional learning or entrepreneurship education or something else. Or, for example, there are groups from universities, from teacher training units who come to Finland and want to learn more about that. And then we always tailor-make the study tour to match the needs and wishes of a certain group. If you got interested and would like to visit Finland, we would be happy to welcome you here. And with Polish educators, we collaborate with AGA and La Szkoła because we have noticed that it's the best experience when there is a local partner who can organize and take care of all the practical arrangements. And then we organize the pedagogical program in Finland including school visits, expert lectures, local transportation, lunches, cultural experiences, and so forth. So, as I said, most of the study tour programs last 5 days, so 1 week, but we also organize shorter programs as well as longer ones.
Thank you